Okay, so you want to create a progress bar controlled by checkboxes. So I've got a simple example here. As I tick these checkboxes, it updates the progress bar both in these cells here, but also in this little chart. So that's the simple version. I'll also do a version where you have weighted phases. So over here you can see that I've given each phase a work value. So as I tick the checkboxes over here, it updates this row here with the actual hours complete. And that will adjust the % complete value to reflect those work values for each phase. Okay, so let's start with the simple example. The first thing you'll want to do is to insert the checkboxes on your spreadsheet. Now to do that, you need to show the developer tab on your ribbon. It doesn't show by default, but to display it, right-click on one of the other tabs, and then go to Customize the ribbon, and then tick Developer here. And then on the Developer tab, go to the Insert button, and under Form Controls, click on this checkbox button, and then click into the cell that you want the first checkbox in. Now we don't need this text next to the checkbox, so we can just delete that. And you'll want to make this box a little bit smaller, and then adjust the placement of the checkbox within the cell. Then what we can do is use this fill handle to copy the checkbox down to the next cell and then across the other columns. Then what you've got to do is go back to your first checkbox, right click on it and choose Format Control. And we need to link the output of this checkbox to the cell it's within. So where it says Cell Link, click into that box and then click into the cell that the checkbox is in. Click on OK. Now the reason we link the checkbox to the cell is if we tick the checkbox, you see we get a true result in the cell, and if we untick it, we get false. So now I need to do the same thing for each checkbox. I right click in the checkbox, Format Control, click into the Cell Link box, and then click into the cell the checkbox is in. So I'm going to go through and do the other checkboxes for you. So now if I click any of the checkboxes, you'll either get a true or false in the cell. Now we don't want those true and false values to actually show in the cells. So what you need to then do is select all those cells and go to the Format Cells dialog box. Now you can do that by right-clicking on the selected cells and going to Format Cells, or use the shortcut key Control-1. Then you need to go to the Number tab in the Format Cells dialog box, go down to Custom, and where it says General in the Type box, overtype General with 3 semicolons. Click on OK, and that will hide those true and false values. Now we need to do a calculation to work out what percentage of checkboxes are ticked. So we'll divide the number of ticked checkboxes by the total number of checkboxes. So to count the number of ticked checkboxes, we'll use the COUNTIF function. And the range that we're counting in are these cells here. And our criteria is true. Remember, if we tick a checkbox, it returns true in the cell. Then we're going to divide that by the total number of checkboxes. Now to do that, we need to count the number of trues and falses in that range. And we can use the COUNTA function to do that. And we'll select the same range to count in. So then, if I press Enter, you can see I've got 75% of the checkboxes ticked. Now I can copy that down to the row below, and it'll do the same calculation on that row. Now to show the progress bar, all you need to do is select those cells, go to the Home tab on your ribbon, go to Conditional Formatting, go to Data Bars, go to More Rules. Now we're looking at these minimum and maximum settings. You need to change the type to number for both minimum and maximum. And your value for the minimum number is 0, and the value for the maximum number is 1. Click on OK, and you get a bar representing the percentage complete. If I play around with these checkboxes, you can see that that works. Now you can also show progress bars within a chart. So what I do is I select these cells over here, including the project names, hold down Control on my keyboard and select the % complete column. Then I'd go to the Insert tab on my ribbon. I'd go up to this button here, Insert Column or Bar Chart, and I'm going for a 2D bar chart. Now on the Chart Design tab, you've got lots of different designs you can apply to your chart. So I'm going to go for this one here, Style 12. Then you want to go to this little plus button, top right of the chart, and you want to show data labels. And you want to show them inside base. Now I don't want to show the percentages across the bottom there, so I'm going to go to the axis setting, and I'm going to untick primary horizontal. I also don't need the chart title. So now I can just adjust the size of this chart. The only other thing I might want to do is make these bars a little bit higher. So if I double click on one of the bars, the Format Data Series task pane appears on the right of your screen, and you decrease the gap width to increase the size of the bars. Now you may have noticed something a little bit odd about this chart. Although both of these projects are 50% complete, the bar fills up more than 50% of the chart. If I decrease the percentage to 25%, it also looks as though it fills up the majority of the chart. And the reason this is not working properly is we need to manually set the maximum value on the horizontal axis. Now the way to do that is to go back to this plus button, Chart Elements, and we need to go to this sub-menu for Axis, and then over to More Options. Make sure the Axis Options button is selected, and then expand Axis Options. And we need to change this bounds maximum setting to 1 or 100%. I can then get rid of these numbers along the bottom here, just by turning off the primary horizontal axis. But now you can see that the chart behaves as you'd expect it to. Now if you want these project names the right way round, double click on one of the project names, click on this button here, Axis Options, and tick this option, Categories in Reverse Order. Now in the second example, I want to weight the phases within each project, weight them in terms of working hours. So what I've done is I've created a separate little table for each project. I've listed the phases as column headings, and then I've entered the working hours associated with each phase. What I then need to do is add up those working hours. So I'll do that here in N3. So I can use the auto sum button for this, or Alt equals. That will add up the values to the left. So it's 160 working hours in total. So what I need to do down in this row is return this value if I have a tick in this box. And I can do that using if, equals if, open bracket. I'm going to say is C3, that's the cell that contains the first checkbox, equal to true. If true, return the value in the cell above, otherwise return a 0. Close the bracket, press enter. So if I copy that across, now if I tick these boxes, you can see that it starts to return the phase hours in this row. So I need to do the same for project 2. So equals if, and I need to refer to this cell here. If C4 equals true, then return the value in the cell above, otherwise return a 0. I also need to add up these hours. So now I can work out the percentage of the hours complete, and I can do that by summing up this row and dividing it by the total number of hours for the project. You can do the same here, sum up this hours complete row and divide it by the total number of hours in the project. Let's tick a box here. So now I need to link these two cells to these two cells here, showing the percent complete. So for project 1, that would be equals N4. And for project 2, that would be equals N8. So now you can see that I have weighted phases within my project. Okay, that's all I wanted to cover in this particular video. Hopefully that's useful. If it is, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.